Hello everyone and welcome back to my Tech vs. Magic series. Before we get started today, I've run into a little bit of a problem with this, and we're going to try to fix that before we get started, which I just said. The problem is that in earlier versions, when you were using these, it would randomize which sonic screwdriver it would use, but now it's just using the front one. And then even when it gets completely drained, it'll keep on trying to use that one and just stop working. That's what happened with this one. Now I've been having to manually swap them around. So what we're going to do is use some retrievers and something to try to fix that problem. So we're going to have a charging bench, which I made off camera. I'm going to put that here. And hopefully that works like I expect it to. It seems to, I think. Now then, I'm going to use, let's see, if I put a redstone tube, oops, not there. First, let's put some of these to block this. Don't get mixed up. Okay. So now then, if we put, see, we might want it something like that. Yeah. So we can put stone tube frames there. And then we'll put one retriever facing, oops, that's not a retriever. Let's swap those. So one's going to face down or face towards the charging vents, and one's going to face away from it. And we'll have a couple of tube frames here to connect those two. And then we just need to have this little area here also tube frames. So that's 4 more. Which is going to be the challenging part, because that is what is holding all this stuff together. But if we broke like this, that would work. I think. We had better hurry though. Okay, it's turning. And now then we just need to take out these two. Okay, so that, need to wait for this to move. Get that in there quickly. Now then, one more, which is here. Or somewhere. I miscounted, didn't I? I think I did. Yeah, I probably did. Okay, one more. Wait for it to move again. Not sure, yeah, I think it was that one. That. Okay, so that should be connected to that and that. And if we take one of these already damaged ones out, and one of the full ones, we're also going to take most of the extra ones out of here, as it's not really going to matter. Let's make sure. Okay, that we want the one that's facing this way to have a charged one that's facing this way to have a slightly discharged one. And since we're not going to be really switching up and down very much, we'll just leave one in there. It does have 400 uses. And there's no switch up and down in the actual program. That's only going to be done manually. Set up. Okay, so that one and that one is ready. Those should be ready. Now then we just need to set up a timer. Do that pretty easily. We'll take that there. Then timer here. And that there. Okay, that is pulling them all out. That is not good. Well, they should be in... Okay, maybe it's not pulling them all out. It's just pulling the ones... Okay. Okay, that's fine. There's more in there than I would want, but that's okay. Now then, let's just put these covers back. Some over there too. And I think we're perfectly fine. I'm confused about how that is pulling things out. Can't be using them as soon as it pulses. They're not the right damage value. It pulls full ones out. Unless that one is pulling them in a loop. But that doesn't make any sense. Doesn't seem to be. Honestly, do not know why it's doing that. Pulled out two. Are they going in here? They are. Briefly. I guess I'll keep them charged, whatever it's doing. Just doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. Okay, anyway, that fixes that problem. We probably won't end up using this in the future, though. Just because of that hassle. And hopefully when this gets finished... Oh, I've also added these solar panels. I forgot to mention that. Added, what, 5 more? So that now that these are connected to everything, and it helps them share the power draw, as well as the extra storage, which they need for the moving in the dark like this, because it uses up quite a lot of energy. The way out is this way. And that little project has taken quite a lot more resources than I was anticipating, and left me very short on iron. So we need to come up with something to do today that's not going to take a whole lot of iron. I will see you back at the base, and we'll discuss our options. Okay, let's see what we have here. We could continue working on this, but I don't really want to do that this episode. Probably would be a little bit expensive anyway. The peat ran out while we were working on that strip mining machine, so I've shut down the boiler for now. So we need to do something to replace that somewhat soon. Right now the bees are just shut down, I guess. I want to renovate this whole garden area, plant area, but I don't think we're going to do that this episode either. Possibly soon, though. That does need to be done before we wear out our windmills, as that takes a lot of string to repair those. So what are we going to do? I think we're going to work on planning out the liquid processing and storage center, which is going to be kind of a smaller version of this, I think. Starting right about there. Maybe. So how big does this need to be? Well, the tanks are, I think the biggest size is 9 by 9 by 9, something like that. At least I think that's how tall they are. I think they might be taller than they are wide. I might have to check into that. Actually, let me do that now. Okay, it's 9 by 9 by 8 is the tallest. That's still going to be size for our footprint. Let's sleep here real quick, and then we'll come back. Okay. I'm thinking we'll have this be a circle as well. I think it just looks better. And it also adds a little bit of the regularity area to store things in. So if it's going to be 9 blocks by 9 blocks, we're going to need something that is at least... See, if we have them on the corners, we could have 9 blocks, then a 5 block space between them, and then 9 blocks, and that will leave us with a 5 by 8 walkway. But not a lot of room, unless we have the walls with a big gap between them, which we probably will do. Something like that one, where there's a 5 wide gap. So if we do 1, 2. Well, that's going to be the outer wall, so 1, 2. Something like that. And then we want to have a square thing with a circle in there. A circle big enough for the, what is that, 1823 by 23 square to fit inside of it. Yes, that sounds about right. So we'll have 1, 2, 3. If this is going to be the center, so this needs to be 1, 2, 3. So that'll be how wide it needs to be. At least half of that width. And then on this side too. And then another 5 for the outer wall. So maybe a circle won't work here. If we do one, it's going to have to be pretty weird shaped, or either cut into that mountain lot. Suppose we could move this back closer to the road, which might help. But that's going to be 23, 33 size circle. Let me outline what that would look like, and I'll be right back. Okay, that is a 34 wide circle. It looks a little lopsided because of the terrain, but it is a circle, even if it looks lopsided. It does kind of clip the mountain, but not as bad as I was expecting. Unfortunately, we could barely fit 2 9x9 tanks in there, and even then they'd have to be built partly into the wall. Unless we put them like way in the middle. Then we could do it without and still leave a little bit of path and save the corners here for smaller tanks. To be fair, I'm probably only going to need 3 or 4 of the largest size tanks. The others will probably be smaller and not necessary to hold that much liquid. But I think that's what we're going to do for the design, or for the shape anyway. It is going to be right up against the road, so that's going to cause a little bit of trouble. But not too bad. As far as the actual design, I think I mentioned this earlier that I wanted to do something that's kind of a mirror, or a don't know what the term is. I can't think of the word. What? Spiders? But a opposite of that. So where that has stone, you'll have wood. Where that has wood, you'll have stone. I just need to figure out the different types of wood to try to get some kind of texture like that. Not sure about how to do that. You know, it's daylight, you're supposed to burn. Do you have fire protection armor on or something? So, let's see. For the... Probably want to use mostly oak. For the plain stone. Or the stone bricks, I mean. I'm thinking white for the smooth stone and maybe dark for the either dark wood or dark planks for the circle brick. Spruce wood or spruce logs, I mean. Let's see how that would look by just building something small with it. Probably not going to do anything with the jungle. And we'll just grab some of that stuff. And maybe build a small thing. Like a short section here. Okay. So to start with, we want to do the corners, which are going to be stone. And this is going to have higher things. Higher floors. I'm going to have, let's see, one floor is going to be 11 high. That way there'll be a space below the tank and one space above the tank. So assuming, so we'll probably make the floor on that level. Yeah, probably like that. So 1, 2. And then we'll have another 5 by 5. Or 5 high space for the crawl space between the floors to run piping and wiring and all that crap. So that's going to be a little bit elongated. Then we will need to have something that looks good from the outside. So if we did that, it would be two of these rows, then another row of there, and let's see, something, probably a row of blocks here. Not big enough. Might see a row of smooth stone, a row of white. Let's get some more of those stone bricks. We may use circle stone for the columns, but I don't think those look so great stacked together. Right, circle stone, but you know what I mean. The stuff we want. It's around here somewhere. Okay. Trying to avoid using logs too much because I spent so much logs building that structure. Okay. Then this one would be mostly this. With probably this. And then we would probably repeat that pattern. I don't like that. Not at all. It doesn't have the texture that has. That looks okay, it's just too plain. So we need something with a little bit more to it. I'm not really sure what to do about that. But this isn't going to work at all. I could put cobble there. That might look better. I'm not sure if it would look so great with just a line of cobble, but it might give it some texture. I don't know. Maybe we need to think about building something more vertical. No, that wouldn't work with a log. With the planks. Does look a little bit better, but still. Wish there was more shapes for planks. More than just the plain little floorboard shape. I'm not sure about that. It's too something. I think we could make this work somehow. That combination, just not in that design. And this, I don't know about. I think probably logs would be even better. Maybe that's what we should use. Certainly seems a bit better than if we used light colored logs there, or maybe dark wood and dark logs. It's also the wrong shape. Let's see. Yeah, I guess we'll take out the whole thing and then build it. So this should actually be down one, I think. To match the other one. That would go there. Then that. And then this. That is a bit better. That might be too dark. I think the light color would be too light. Jungle color would be too red. Still not sure about that. But I think this will work. Let's go to sleep again. And I will be right back. I changed out the stone bricks with cobblestone. I think I like that better. The stone bricks just don't have the vertical flow that these logs do. The stone bricks do kind of have that flow going for them. Is a little bit too vertical with the flow in the logs though. But I'm not sure if that's a good or bad thing. Probably do something with it. But I think I'd like that one. Just not sure about that one. Suppose I could repeat this panel there. And just not have multiple types. But I kind of want multiple types. So maybe we can come up with something else that works better. I do like the light wood a lot, so maybe I can come up with something with that. Suppose we could try it again with the cobblestone and see how it looks. Or we could try a different type of log. It does have kind of the emphasis that that has. So I don't know, I might keep that. It's a little bit better than the previous one. The edges between the two have a lot of emphasis, while this one kind of blends in more closer to how that one does. I don't know. I think I may have to actually build the building first before I decide on it. Not ideal. Let's see how long we spent on this. Okay, we're pretty much out of time, but one last thing before we go. I think I actually like that one even better. don't usually use sandstone. But I kind of like that. It goes better with that design than the other one. So I think this is what we're going to use. And I will probably, between episodes, do some work on this. Maybe a lot of work, maybe not. Depends on how many trees I have to chop down. And how tall I want it to be. I don't know how tall I want it to be yet. Yeah. So I'm going to do that. And end the episode here. And next episode, I don't know what we'll do. So like if you like, subscribe if you're not. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.